The next portion of our conference today, the big event, Hack Award 2021. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it. It's time to get started. So, one domestic startup, 9 overseas startups will be on stage battling it out for several of the awards that we're going to be giving out today. So after a 5-minute pitch, we'll have a 3-minute Q&A session that'll be held in real time. Now, as you may know, and I've already mentioned already, it's midnight on the other side of the globe, and we want to just say one more time, thank you very much to all the people that are participating and joining us from around the world. Like I said, sometimes for some people it's like really late at night, some people early in the morning, but whatever time it is, where you're at, thank you very much for participating. So we're going to move right along into this. First, I'm going to announce our judges. Our first judge will be Mr. Philip Vincent from Plug and Play Japan, who you met just a moment ago in the panel discussion. Also joining him, also another person that you met just a moment ago, Joshua Flannery from Rainmaking Innovation Japan LLC, and Alan Miner, the CEO of Sunbridge Group. This will be our 3 judges, and also doing a little bit of commentating and, of course, questions on the after the presentation is finished. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. Our first batter. The first company is a biotech startup from the U.S., Michroma. Michroma produces food ingredients in a sustainable, scalable, and cost-effective way using biotechnology. Today, they are joining us from Argentina. So, Michroma, take it away.
Hi everyone, my name is Ricky and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Michroma, a biotech startup developing a platform to produce next-generation ingredients. Take a look at this bacteria under the microscope. Or is it larva of an insect? Actually, these are Cheetos. From snacks, beverages, and candies to healthy food like yogurt and pickles, virtually everything is artificially colored. Because processed food without dyes look disgusting, not healthy, nor nutritious. They have been related to many health concerns ranging from allergies to hyperactivity, ADHD, and even cancer. Yellow number 5 is just an example of the many petroleum-based dyes we are all eating. To solve this problem, we created Michroma, a biotech platform to produce next-generation natural ingredients in a sustainable and cost-effective way. We are using nature's most powerful biotransformation machine, fungi, as a base to create proprietary industrial strains with CRISPR, the latest editing technology, and brew them in scalable bioreactors very similar to the production of beer. To replace petroleum-based colorants, we are not aiming just to produce the same colorants in a different way, but better ones. Our colorants are much more pH and thermal stable than natural dyes from insects and plants currently used, starting with the warm colors that represent 90% of the food dyes industry. Next on our pipeline are also blue and white. We are not doing this alone. We are prototyping our colorants and already receiving great feedback. We received 5 LOIs from huge companies like Danone and multiple MTAs from the biggest players in the food, beverages, confectionery, and cosmetic industry. The bioreactors we are using are widely available. We can outsource production to sell our ingredients directly to CPG companies or through partnership with ingredients producers. Another option would be licensing our technology. Leveraging the power of our fungal factories and after proving the scalability of our process, we will also produce flavors and fragrances, opening up an additional $30 billion market to our total addressable market, which continues to grow over time. Regarding our IP strategy, we have freedom to operate and we filed our first provisional patent on our industrial strain and also applications of our biomass. This is our great and diverse team. My co-founder and I are the perfect combination between science and business. He is a PhD in biological sciences with more than 15 years of experience in scaling up bioprocesses, and I am experienced in entrepreneurship, operations, and logistics. On our great team, we also have a food scientist, a biotechnologist, and a molecular biologist. We are currently looking for partners to prototype our ingredients and soon also funding to continue revolutionizing the way we produce ingredients. Thank you very much.
All right, that was Michroma. They've even got a bioprocess ninja on their team. That's pretty cool. So we're going to move right on to our Q&A. Philip, Joshua, and Alan, if you are ready to go, if you've got any questions, anyone want to raise their hand and tell me who wants to go first? All right, Philip, go.
Yeah, thank you for your pitch. I had a question in regards to kind of how you work with corporations. So you mentioned you don't exactly do direct sales or that you potentially license or kind of go into manufacturing first. But how do you work and how do you partner with corporations? And also to follow up with that, how would you like to work with Japanese corporations?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Philip, for your question. We are still at R&D stage, so we are starting conversations with companies, corporations, and what we are doing is to prototype our colorants, and we are receiving big feedback from them, trying to improve our product, and we'll continue getting traction from them and eventually sell our ingredients to them or through them, for example, for ingredients producers. That's the way we want to collaborate. Another way of collaborating with them is the pilot scale and scaling up the production process. So the bioreactors we are using are widely available all over the world. For example, for the Japanese market, we could sell our ingredients produced in the Japanese, in Japan, and also work with companies in Japan to produce and sell our ingredients.
Thank you. Just sorry, real quick, does it need approvals to be able to use in different countries or?
Yes, that's correct. It's a novel ingredient, which is more pH and thermal stable. It's higher. It has higher performance than the ones that we are currently using, and that's the great advantage that we have. And due to that reason, we need approval to sell our ingredients for the food and cosmetic markets.
Thank you.
The time left, Joshua. I think you got your hand up, please.
Thanks so much. Great presentation, Ricky. Thank you. Just a kind of follow-up to Philip's question. I think you had a slide on the market size, and it was a big number, like 5 billion. Do you know like more specifics around the Japan market opportunity size for you? Or do you have any comparable competitors that are in your space that you can get some insights on that from?
To be honest, it's pretty hard to find information on food dyes. There are only a few companies working with dyes all over the world, and they are huge corporations and they own all the information. But according to our estimations, what we know is that all companies are looking to switch from petroleum-based dyes to natural ones, and the natural ones don't perform very well. And that's where we see a great potential fit for our product. So probably Japanese corporations are looking for the same, more natural and more sustainable food ingredients.
Okay, Ricky, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt you right there. Our 3 minutes are up. Ricky, thank you very much, and thank you very much to our judges. Arigatou gozaimashita. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to move on to our next presenter. Our second company is Breezi from New York. They provide IoT devices and software that help air conditioning systems operate more efficiently. Cool. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Tim Seaton with Breezi. We call Breezi the fitness tracker for air conditioning systems. Hi, in this presentation, I'll tell you why we call Breezi the fitness tracker for HVAC systems. And HVAC stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Air conditioning usage is exploding around the world. In fact, 10 new air conditioners will be sold every second for the next 30 years. And the energy required just to meet this increase in demand for air conditioning will be about the same as all the energy produced by the US, the EU, and Japan combined today. At Breezi, we wanted to do something about that. So we studied the market and found that clogged filters actually increase energy consumption by as much as 30%. But very few of the inefficiencies are going detected, or many of the efficiencies go undetected with the technology that's available to customers today. So we invented AirPulse. AirPulse is this little device that installs in just a few seconds on virtually any type of air conditioning system. It monitors a variety of parameters to basically give the customer an overall indication of the health and condition of that air conditioning system. We monitor the filter condition, the indoor air quality conditions, as well as listen for mechanical anomalies with the system. The way the system works on a typical air handler is it's installed either around or through the filter. And we measure the upstream air pressure, temperature, humidity, and air quality. And then after the air passes through the filter, we measure the pressure again. That helps us calculate how many days of remaining filter life this unit has. But we also detect the temperature and listen for mechanical anomalies with the system. This enables us to calculate efficiencies and performance of the air conditioning system. We then give this information back to our customers in very easy, decisive information sets that allow them to take immediate action to keep their system running efficiently, improve their maintenance practices, predict problems, and extend the life of the equipment. Our system works in almost any type of building, so offices, hotels, senior living facilities, homes, as well as large commercial spaces. And the type of equipment we can cover is quite broad, anything from small fan coil units all the way up to large rooftop air handlers and RTUs. The Breezi solution consists of our IoT devices that generate all the data that we then bring to our cloud software system that's available both in a mobile app and a web-based app. We now have a Japanese language version of our software, and we're very excited to roll that out in Japan. So we also have an API. So if the customer wants to consume the data into a third-party system or into their building management system, we make that very easy to do. The return on investment that we typically see is a payback in about 6 to 12 months and ongoing savings of between 15 and 40% per year. The market for predictive maintenance is really growing rapidly. In fact, by the year 2026, the market will grow to $23 billion. We're very excited about this because today there are very few systems available for monitoring buildings and doing predictive maintenance within the built space. We're about a 3-year-old company. We've been part of several accelerator programs, one called HACS in Shenzhen, China. We've also done plug-and-play ventures in Japan this past summer, where we met many great Japanese companies and validated the capabilities and the applications for our products in Japan. What we're looking for from this presentation is to hopefully meet customers who would like to do pilots and POCs for our products. We're also looking for partners who can help us take our products to market in Japan, as well as they might see other applications that we don't think of for our products. And of course, we're looking for agents and distributors who have customer relationships and can introduce us to their customers. We have what we believe is a very simple methodology for engaging new customers. And with using this proven strategy, we typically can show value within 3 to 6 months from running a pilot program. Again, my name is Tim Seaton with Breezi, and I hope to meet some great people who are also interested in air conditioning like we are. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your time and attention today. We really look forward to bringing Breezi to Japan and making buildings and air conditioning smarter. Thank you.
All right, Tim, thank you very much. So now it's time to move on to our Q&A. Does anyone have any questions? All right, Alan, take it away. Looks like your mic is off.
It's actually on.
No, okay. I'm wondering about the pricing model. It looks like a consumer device, and so I'm assuming a consumer price point when I see it, but I'm assuming you're pricing something along the cost savings of running the HVAC since you're going institutional sales. So if you talk about how you price it to the customers, and sort of where are you in terms of traction and revenues today with that pricing model?
Yeah, today we're actually selling the product as kind of a hybrid model. We sell the devices for about $150 each, and we have a recurring model for the software and the API that ranges, depending on the volume, anywhere from $7 per device per month down to about $2 per device per month.
Okay,
As
so
far as
it's
traction
priced
goes,
per unit, not price. It's not priced relative to the cost savings you generate for the building.
that's right. We don't really have the scale yet to do that. We do anticipate and have had some conversations with customers about performance performance pricing based on the savings that we can help them realize.
Okay. Thanks. That was
Okay.
it.
All right, Joshua.
Thanks, Tim. So I'm really curious about your journey in Japan so far. I assume you've come across some of the giants like Daikin and Mitsubishi Electric, and they sort of pride themselves in their internal innovation around their units. I wonder how is the competitive landscape for you domestically in Japan?
It's actually good. We're not necessarily going head to head with those guys. We're actually looking for channel partners that do facility maintenance. In fact, one of our distributors in Tokyo, their whole business is about changing filters, cleaning filters for customers, and we can help them do that on a predictive and condition basis rather than the time basis they've been doing it on. As far as OEMs, we have approached and discussed embedding our technology as a technology within their systems. As in addition to, since our product is very good for retrofit market, most of those larger systems from Honeywell and JCI and other customers or other providers typically need a pretty extensive installation, where ours can be installed in a matter of seconds. So it's actually a pretty good fit, and I think it fills a gap with many of the OEMs.
Thank you. Just a quick follow-up. Have you made any sales to date yet in Japan, or are you still in the sort of validation phase here?
We actually had 7 POCs that were due to start in April to May of 2020, and those have been on hold due to the pandemic and just the difficulties around that. But we have all those were paid POCs, and we just are waiting for those to free up and so we can start them.
Thanks very much.
All right, and that was 3 minutes exactly. Thank you very much once again, Tim, and thank you to our judges. Okay, we're going to move on to our next presenter, Voiceitt from Israel. They have developed automatic speech recognition technology designed to recognize non-standard speech patterns. This enables people with speech impairment to communicate with their own voice. Today, they join us from Florida in the U.S. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Sarah, one of the co-founders of Voiceitt. Our mission is to give people with speech disabilities their voices back.
Hello, I'm Michael.
Hello, I'm Wendy.
And
this is our life with Voiceitt.
They developed this wonderful scene which you will see. Alexa, light on.
Okay.
You have no idea on how many doors you're going to be opening for so many people.
Alexa, TV off.
Like I said, you have no idea how much this means to him. No idea. We waited for this for so long, and we thought that this would never happen. Okay. This is such a wonderful gift in so many ways.
My mother was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease at age 40. So by the time I was born, she had lost most of her motor capabilities and her speech was highly unintelligible. Even as a young child, I felt her pain and frustration when it was so difficult for her to communicate even basic human needs, like I'm thirsty or it's cold. This is the day-to-day reality for millions of people around the world with speech disabilities. Children with cerebral palsy and certain forms of autism, adults with stroke, ALS, Parkinson's disease. For many of these people, the simplest tasks, ordering a coffee, asking for directions, saying I love you, is nearly impossible. So the solution that we've developed is called Voiceitt. We are the only commercial speech recognition technology company in the world designed to recognize non-standard speech patterns. Our first product is a mobile application. It learns the person's unique way of speaking and then translates for them in real time, enabling the person to communicate and be understood using their voices. We learned from our community during our initial beta testing with hundreds of people in 4 countries and 5 languages that our first product, enabling in-person communication, is empowering and transformative. But now, in a world increasingly activated by voice, in a world of voice-enabled smart homes, smart cars, and smart assistants, we could do a lot more. Voiceitt provides a unique value proposition to major companies involved in voice in different industries by enabling accessibility to these products for people who can benefit from them the most. Voiceitt has identified several ways of commercializing our technologies and products. Our mobile application will be sold directly to consumers through the app stores. We've also created partnerships with organizations around the world, hospitals, schools, care centers, and research universities. We've also been building an SDK so that our technology can be integrated with a broad range of speech recognition platforms and voice controlled devices. Until now, we've funded the development of our technology through a creative combination of government grants, corporate cash prize competitions, and traditional investment for a combination of over $15 million in equity investors, grants, and competitions. Voiceitt is positioned to be the global leader in developing and delivering accessible voice technology. Our technology works in various languages because it is personalized to the speaker. We're so excited and thankful to present our project today and the opportunity to connect with partners and investors in Japan who share our vision. Ultimately, our mission is to give people with speech disabilities their voices back. Speech recognition accessible to everyone. Thank you.
All right, Sarah, thank you very much. Now it's time for a Q&A, and now Philip already has his hand up. Okay, go ahead, Philip.
Amazing mission and amazing video. I'm wondering, how large is this market for the solution, and what is your revenue model for this?
Speech recognition accessible. So people with communication disorders, it's a diverse range of conditions. So it's ranging from cerebral palsy and other developmental disorders to degenerative disease, stroke, traumatic brain injury, and aging populations. So that could be up to about 1.3% of the general population, plus just aging adults who may not have an underlying kind of diagnosis, but have atypical speech correlated with age. And in terms of our revenue model, we are building our mobile application. So that's a subscription fee of about $200 annually for the end user. And in addition, our SDK, so we'll be providing the technology for integration, basically with any voice-enabled device, technology, platform, and software. And that it can be kind of per data usage and other forms of customized models depending on the needs of the enterprise customer.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, I think, Alan, I think it's your turn.
Very compelling demo video story, but it raised the question in my mind, since you talked about SDKs being developed, was the apparent integration with Alexa that we saw in the video an actual live demonstration of an integration you have already done and is already in the market, or was it more of a concept video of where you can go? Obviously, they're appreciating something about your software, but I'm wondering whether the Axela integration is for real or a concept.
Thank you so much. So yes, Amazon and Amazon Alexa is the market leader in this industry. The demo that you saw was a live demo, and it will be part of our commercial rollout in 2021 as part of our first product. We are also in discussions with other major industry kind of leaders in integrating our technology into their products and devices.
Thank you.
All right, I think we got just enough for a quick one. Joshua, you want to ask really quick?
Yeah, thank you for the wonderful presentation. It was really out of curiosity. Are there any parallel markets, for example, speakers of English as a second language, or different language barriers that your technology might address?
Absolutely. Our algorithms and machine learning technologies, by definition, they must be more powerful and nuanced than what standard automatic speech recognition systems would need to be for standard speakers. So while our first focus is people who need it the most, which are people with speech and motor disabilities, there's absolutely applications, broader for minority resource languages, dialects, accents, and many other applications, and particularly as voice technology is increasingly the way that we're interacting with our technologies, it becomes more and more relevant.
All right, Sarah, thank you very much. I'm afraid we're going to have to interrupt you there. 3 minutes is up. Thank you very much. I have to say, I wish I had an app like this when I first started learning Japanese. It looks like a really great app. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on to our next presenter. It's our fourth one, Human Assistive Technologies. They're from Mexico. They provide affordable assistive technologies such as smart bionics and tele-rehabilitation systems with a mission of improving the quality of life for people with disabilities. So here we go.
Hi, I'm Alvaro Rios, CEO of Human Assistive Technologies. I will tell you how we materialize our dream of helping millions of people with disabilities through our technological innovation. Did you know over 1 billion people around the world require the use of at least one assistive technology, but unjustly less than 50% of those can access them? We see the failure to innovate as the core issue to be solved. Human assistive technology's core focus is mobility impairment, which afflicts 70% of people with disabilities, including amputees. It's a fact. More than 40 million people do not have access to truly functional and durable prostheses. Our solution: we work in service to society, removing accessibility barriers and improving access to health through affordable and high-quality assistive devices and services, enabling people with disabilities to lead better lives and access cities of the future. Why we do this? We are inspired and motivated by our patients. HAT is continuously inspired by our patients' stories, lives, hopes, and dreams of a better future. How can we do more for our patients? For HAT, this question is where all our work begins. Despite the lack of access, the global robotic prosthetic market is estimated to be $2 billion by 2024. An increase in limb amputations due to trauma, vascular disease, tumors, diabetes, and congenital anomalies is anticipated to drive the market for robotic prosthetics with a growth of 9.2% per year. We will use the market scale to reduce costs further and increase access. We develop smart bionics. Unlike existing solutions, our bionic systems learn from the user, grow and improve their functionality through our cloud-based machine learning platform. Our prostheses monitor vital signs such as oxygen saturation, cardiac frequency, and glucose, allowing us to prevent comorbidities. We are evolving our technology with smart technology supporting our machine learning and rehabilitation tools while promising first-party access to cities of the future, including transportation, health, education, and payment systems. Research and development on the way will lead to solutions for other bionic and mobility systems. Our first product is C-Hand. Is the foundation for all our innovation. It's the first smart multi-articulate hand prosthesis with sensory feedback in the world. This sensory feedback function allows the patient to feel the pressure and temperature, while machine learning simplifies the learning of complex tasks. Another innovation not available in prosthetics on the market today. C-Hand is natural, personalized, and affordable. C-Hand is connected to the cloud using 5G technology. The patient can access to public transportation system or pay in the supermarket without money or ticket, just using C-Hand. C-Hand technological advance improve amputees' quality of life, increasing their confidence and recovery of their lifestyles, allowing reintegration into work and their community. Our rehabilitation system uses virtual and augmented reality and artificial intelligence, increasing access to rehabilitation by reducing costs and eliminating the most need to travel. Besides, it reduces the risk of COVID-19 infection by avoiding the user's contact with other people and attending health centers. Our impact social. Persons with disabilities are more likely to experience adverse socioeconomic outcomes such as less education, poorer health outcomes, lower employment level, and higher poverty rates. Having access to assistive technologies can make the difference between failure or success in their lives. For example, a child in a lower middle income country with access to assistive technologies can earn an additional $100,000 in lifetime income. Prosthetic use allows amputees to regain mobility and independence. What makes us different and better? HAT is focused on developing products and services and improving the entire ecosystem for patients with disabilities. We are providing education to patients and health professionals, monitoring the rehabilitation process and reintegrating into the society. For human assistive technologies, a smart city is about solving specific social issues and improving the quality of life for people with disabilities. Be smart and inclusive. Human assistive technologies offer innovative devices and services sustainable and affordable. Join us to help people with disabilities access the future. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you very much. Now it's time to jump into our Q&A. Anyone have any questions? All right, Philip, take it away.
Thank you very much for your presentation. It looks like a great product. You mentioned the challenges was kind of getting these prosthetic parts to be more accessible and affordable. At the same time, your product does look like a high-end, very kind of high technology product. But how does that specifically address the accessibility problem? And what channels do you go through, directly to the consumer or through hospitals or insurance companies?
Okay, Philip, thank you for your question. Yes, we are reducing the cost based on our research and development for many years. We started this project 3 years ago in Mexico, but we have more than 10 years developing the technologies. Also, we have a network of scientists that are helping us to increase and improve the technology and reduce cost of manufacturing, not only for the cost of the technology side, is also the manufacturing. We are changing the process. We are using different kinds of manufacturing. And currently we are moving to Japan in order to create our research and development laboratory, in order to create some synergies with labs in the universities, like Tokyo and Osaka universities, with some researchers then. And this is why we can reduce cost and give more accessibility to our patients through our technology.
directly to consumers or through hospitals or insurance companies, and who pays?
We are looking for distributors in different countries. So we will send to distributors and we will sell directly to end users.
Anyone else? Alan, please go ahead.
Yeah, robotic prosthetics with sensor feedback is a space where I've been hearing a new pitch from a new company about every year for the last 20 years. And I have not yet heard anything where I heard there's a fundamental breakthrough in the mechatronics or the software or the devices that makes me believe this is the one that will finally take off. And I'm curious what's happened in the space in the last couple of years or in your approach to it that makes you think you finally have the product that will actually get widespread market adoption. It's a space that's very popular for research, a lot of university research. It is a very important problem, but it's also one that there's an enormous amount of effort made by many institutions around the world for many years. And I'm curious what's happened in this space the last couple of years that is the big breakthrough that you're hoping gives you real traction in the market.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yes, we are working for several years about this kind of technologies. Currently, we have the possibility to give to the patient the feedback, the proprioception and perception of the prosthetics. We will continue working on research and development of this kind of technologies in order to improve the experience for the patients.
I'm sorry to have to interrupt. Our 3 minutes are up. I know you're right in the middle of answering, but we got to move on.
Thank you.
I think you can connect over Event Hub if you have any further questions. Thank you very much, Alvaro, from Human Assistive Technologies. Thank you very much. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our next presenter, Kazoo Technology from Hong Kong. They specialize in fusing together hardware and software elements into a seamless and pleasant experience. So let's take a look. Here we go.
Hi everyone, my name is Yui from Kazoo Technology, and today I'm very happy to share with you our smart city idea with smart recycling. Let me start off by introducing you to our team. Kazoo was founded in 2016 by Kendall Low and Alan Lau. Today, we are a proud software-hardware service provider, especially as a software-as-a-service provider to universities in Hong Kong and also other sectors. What is a smart city? A smart city is often referred as a place where people do things connected. Things are connected as we have IoT. People are connected because we use smartphones and we use instant messaging. But that is not enough because today in the COVID-19 world, we have to plan our routine with never seen before efficiency. Because we have to squeeze in so many different things into one certain day. We have to do work from home, we have to attend to kids' online lessons, we have to buy groceries, we have to go out, and all at the same time we have to make sure that we are clean so that we're not contracting the virus. It is very difficult and very challenging, and that's why we think that a smart solution at this time is very timely. In Hong Kong this year, we have provided a SaaS solution to universities. Starting this year, educators can input and upload the customized teaching material and schedule to the server that we provide to them. The server will then feed the schedule and teaching material to the participants. End users will then receive schedule and teaching material so that they know when to sign in and what to do beforehand. And then on the seminar day, everybody signs in with the browser. They attend this lecture and seminar by the host, and thousands of people can go to the classes at the same time. 100% remote and 100% smart and 0% time wasted. This three allows us to make this platform a tremendous success, which now thousands of people are adapting it in a university setting. How can we port this into a recycling scenario in Japan? Well, Japan is known for many different things, but especially it's clean. When I live in Japan, I often marvel at how clean Japan is, but at the same time understood well that the regulations for recycling in Japan are very complicated. On one given day, everyone is only allowed to give out one certain kind of trash. And if he took out the wrong kind of trash, he'll have to take back the trash back to his home and wait until the next time the recycling truck comes by. I myself had to do that in the cold winter a lot of different times because I could not remember my schedule. Well, not anymore in a smart city. With 3 simple components, a smart lock, a recycling box, and smartphone app, we can make recycling smarter than ever. A smart lock, which is bounded to tenants and residents, allows all these recycling boxes to be used only by a certain group of people so that no more intruders. Recycling boxes with capacitive sensors tells the end user that what time on the day that your recycling box is available, and now you can dump your trash. Obviously, if the light is red, well, then don't go. Smartphone app with a location-specific collection schedule and real-time capacitive sensors connected, you now know when you move from one district such as Kidaku to another place such as Yoroyabashi, that you know that this location has changed and the collection schedule also changed accordingly, but you do not have to remember now because the smartphone tells you how. In a real-world setting, this is very simple. Every day, the server will feed out collection schedule to residents living in different districts in the city. End users will then receive this information on their smartphone. When they turn on the app, they know that today is the day for Moelu Gomi, and they look at the light and say that, okay, my building sensor is green, so that I can bring my Moelu Gomi down now. They bring the trash to recycling boxes, dump the trash, open the lock, put it in, close it, return home. No more time wasted, no more extra trips, and no more having to worry about your precious recycling box being occupied by others, and no more the urge to dump the gomi in a nearby conveni or a nearby department store, or worse, at the railway station because, well, everything can be done efficiently now. We believe that this smartphone app is going to be very, very successful in Japan and very easily adaptable. And the best thing is, everything is already ready. We have the server building technique, we have the hardware, and all we need are partners who can help us to bring this and make this into a real reality in Japan and Osaka. Then we can help make Osaka one of the greenest places and let the world know it. So that will be it for our presentation. If you have any questions, we're looking forward to see you at the event. Thank you.
All right, that was Kazoo Technology. Thank you very much. Josh, I believe you have your hand up already, so go ahead.
Thanks very much for the interesting presentation. I just wanted to clarify something. So it seems like you have a number of different products and technologies and services. Is it right to assume you are, by nature of company, a kind of agency that is creating a portfolio of different products, or are you actually a team that is focused specifically on this kind of product that you just presented now?
Right. We would like to consider ourselves as a solution provider. So just now, you saw the 3 elements that we proposed: the smart sensors, the capacity sensors, and the smartphone app. We have software engineers in-house. We can develop the app completely by ourselves. That is our forte. We pride ourselves on creating tremendous interfaces. And the sensors, some of them depend on the actual deployment scenario. We can source it outside, or we can use our tech to do it. It really depends on how immersive our partners in Japan would like to adapt to it. And we're very open to using different technologies. But most important is we want to propose a way, like I said in the video, to make recycling in Japan much more efficient for the everyday resident.
Thank you.
All right, do we have any other questions? Philip or Alan? Okay, Philip, go ahead.
How's your traction with this? And maybe what specific need do you think this is solving? Because this seems potentially more of a nice to have than a must to have. As you said, Japan is very efficient and is very clean in many ways. But what are the feedback? What are the feedbacks that you are getting, and how's your traction?
Well, as far as this particular proposal is considered, this is the first time that we're presenting it to our clients in Japan. Obviously, in Hong Kong that we're living in, we have a very different system of recycling. We are ways behind Japan. We don't even have an app. We don't even have recycling boxes in every building or every mall. So people really don't care here. Whereas in Japan, I personally live in Japan for 5 years, and I have always visited Japan on many business trips. One thing I always feel is that while Japan is very clean, as I described it in the video, a lot of times it really relies on a high degree of self-esteem and the person to know what to do. Instead of letting the person coming in from a new territory or coming in from a foreign country to know right away, okay, how can I help or how can I participate in this? It's really a very difficult task. So what we want to present here is to make it easy for everyone, so that whether you're familiarized with Japan system, whether you're not, you go in, you will not be doing things wrong, because we know that in Japan, a lot of times people will feel a little bit complicated when some newcomer come in and mess up the party or do things wrong. And we don't want that to happen. But at the same time, we want to make Japan as welcoming and as open as possible to foreigners, especially in the COVID-19 era and post-COVID-19 era.
Sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt. Our 3 minutes up. Sorry, Yui. Okay, we're going to have to move on to our next presenter. Thank